Ever since I've switched to Schaeffer's oil, I've never had a reason to even try anything else. And that's one thing that I'm proud about, is the fact that I can't tell you how good something else is, because I know how good Schaeffer's oil is. My engine builders, Tony and Glenn Clements, have said about the oil we run. They've told us that out of all the motors that they get and rebuild every year, ours looks the best, and a lot of that has to do with the oil that we run. One of the things that I love about Schaeffer's oil is the fact that all of their reps are out in the field and at the racetracks with us, seeing what all the racers need, seeing what ideas we have or anything that we can improve on. And you just can't beat the customer service of having a rep for, you know, one of the main components of our race team, whether it's our engine oil, transmission fluid, rear end oil. Having somebody there that represents that brand and also gives us support and also the knowledge that we need to be making the right calls and just helping us out with our entire racing program. It means a lot to our race team to have that. My name's Chris Ferguson, and I drive the number 22 dirt late model. I've been using Schaeffer's oil racing products since 2009. I absolutely have no doubt that we're using the best products that is possible for dirt late model racing.
For generations, fans of IndyCar could only dream of stepping into the cockpit and feeling the rush of going wheel to wheel at over 200 miles per hour. Thanks to the latest in sim racing technology, we can get one step closer. Talented, fearless drivers battle it out in virtual race cars to claim supremacy at some of the world's most demanding tracks. This is the RIL, Schaeffer's IndyCar Series, presented by Raceverse.
Hello and welcome. I am Gary Gatto, and welcome to Raceverse coverage of round, 3 of the Revolution IndyCar Schaeffer's IndyCar Series Summer 2022 season, coming to you from The Rock for the Let's Race California 300. As always, joining me for expert analysis in the booth, he is the weekend editor at Jalopnik.com and co-host of the Motorsport 101 podcast. Please welcome Ryan Eric King. So Ryan, we are kind of blazing into unknown territory here at the track formerly known as the North Carolina Motor Speedway. According to the drivers, testing has been, well, let's say hairy. Do you expect more of the same, or do you expect the drivers will learn from those sessions and drive a bit more cautiously today? I bet I already know your answer.
Yeah, there's no sameness. I have the over-under, I think in the chat, I have the over-under on number of finishers tonight at 11.
Wow.
I'd say it's for a variety of reasons. The average speed here is tremendously high. You're going 190 miles an hour in, I'd say you can't go 3 wide through the corners here, but side by side with people at 190 miles an hour on a high banked 1 mile oval. One incident and a large number of the field is going away with you.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we got the speeds up on the screen. Justin Miller right now provisionally the fastest. This is practice speeds of 197.198. That crushes the track record by any sense of the imagination that was set here with the Cup cars. Gavin Sanders there on your screen, middle of the screen right now in the pits, 196.118. Christopher Hill, the Roadmaster, is showing it that he can bring it on the ovals this year, 196.112. And your points leader, Nicholas Johnston, with a 196.0 1:53.57. That's provisionally. We're getting ready to go into qualifying here really quick, but let's look at the last race results to get that, show you here. Nicholas Johnson was the winner last week, followed by Bruno Miranda and Nate Gruselski. That was your top three in well, you kind of talked about it last week, a bit of a hairy, even barber race going on last week. Only 11 cars finishing on the lead lap, and more than half the field DNF'd by the time that we took the checkered flag in that race. So here's the point situation going into today's event. Nicholas Johnson is your leader with 84 points over Bruno Miranda with 76, Dakota DeMade with 58, Caleb Bency, who missed last week, with 54, Matt Houston with 48, Matt Cosgrove with 43, and then an absolute log jam for the remainder of the top 10. Gavin Sanders, Nate Seifert, Jessica Miller, and JJ Wang showing up with 41 points apiece. That pretty much rounds out your top 10. About 18 seconds left before we start going qualifying here. Track record, as I said, is held by a Cup car, of course, because the IndyCars, well, they never officially ran here. Rusty Wallace holds the track record speed with a 158.035 miles per hour. The only data that we have managed to find of an IndyCar speed here at The Rock was a test by Gordon Johncock in 1979 in preparation for a scheduled 1980s race here. Gordy reportedly turned a lap of 155.3. We don't know what's left of that number, miles per hour in a car that wasn't even set up for this track. I'm going to guess the car was probably set up for a combination of either Atlanta, where the Indy cars did go to in that day, and that was the old version of Atlanta, the round version, not the quad oval version, or maybe possibly even Trenton. Just trying to put trying to fit a 1 mile oval into the equation. So it could have been either one of those two, but Gordy predicted they would see qualifying speeds at 170 plus miles per hour. And even in at the time, something that you didn't see a lot in IndyCar racing with side-by-side racing in itself, and the race itself. But sadly, the event was canceled in advance of the race weekend, so all we have is speculation and whatever happens tonight.
Oh, man. But, yeah, I think tonight's going to be a whole lot of side-by-side racing. It's going to be driving these cars by the seam of your pants, because this place ain't smooth.
No, it isn't, and we will put some in-car cameras and on-car cameras during the race, and you will hear these cars just absolutely beating up the under tray of these Dallara chassis through turns, well, at all ends of the racetrack, mainly through 3 and 4, but 1 and 2 is just as rough. And there isn't, sometimes in Winston Cup racing you see them go to the high line where it's smoother up there. There isn't a smooth line around here. It is constantly like driving a washboard around here.
Yeah, everyone who makes the show tonight, they're going to learn what it's like to be in Formula One this season, because they're going to be
porpoising!
You're going to be hitting the track all night. I'm glad they don't replicate that in the sim.
Well, we got about 2 minutes, just under 3 minutes remaining here in qualifying. Dakota DeMade is your pole sitter with a provisional pole sitter with a 194.869. Justin Miller, currently P2, with a 194.857. Let's get my timing and scoring here to cooperate with me. Connor Baldwin making his first start of the season. Well, he just got bumped down the fourth with a 194.850. Caleb Bency coming on strong with a 194.930, almost into that 195 bracket. Still have a number of cars to take time. Fastest 33 qualify. We will be bumping tonight.
It's certainly looking real close, especially on time.
Yeah, 194 down to 194 plus, all the way down to 14th spot. There's Matt Houston, the boss man, taking his lap. He slots in 23rd provisionally. A minute 41 remaining. Here is James Watson. Dan Miglin up into the top 10. Nick Johnston up into the top 10. Callie Bajent, I hope I'm saying that right. Bajent, currently taking time right now, and is on the bubble at 33rd. A time of 19.666. Uh-oh, that's a ominous number. Still not to take time here is Bruno Miranda, and well, we know that he's got a good shot at getting to the field. Nicholas Isidro just bumped his way in. He is on the bubble. While we are talking about it here, we have a number of drivers that, well, they might actually like the penalties that they got from last week, because they'll be starting EOL on the field. Logan Spath has an EOL. Jonathan Liebertor with EOL. We have a EOL for Nate Seifert and an EOL for Carswell. And again, I don't know if all these guys have taken time or making the race. So if they haven't, they will just carry over to the next race. So a couple of these guys are going to start at the end of the field, and that in itself might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's a strategy that I sort of like when it comes to, say, IndyCar at Auto Club in Michigan, or maybe NASCAR in the plate races. If you can't be at the very front, you might as well be all the way at the back.
All the way at the back. And qualifying is over. So Hayden Herman, he is the man who qualifies on the bubble at 33rd there. And now we're getting ready to start tonight's starting lineup. But hey, Ryan, before we get there, would it shock you that less than half of everyone watching today's broadcast is a subscriber to this channel?
Oh, no, it wouldn't.
That's right. According to YouTube Analytics, 50.9% of you are not subscribers. Let's change that right now. Help us on our drive to 1,000 subscribers. If you enjoy Race First coverage of the RIL Schaeffer's IndyCar Series and you respect the weekly stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. We have less than 200 subscribers to go to get to the magical 1,000 mark. So if you're helping us, help us by hit that subscribe button right now. We can't get there without you. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash the like button and click the bell so don't miss out on future Race First iRacing broadcasts. Now let's get into it at the Rock with tonight's starting lineup. And I don't think this is right. We got Christopher Hill and JJ Wang starting ahead of Caleb Benson. Again, I'm not sure if that's right at all. Well, they are gritting up, so that must be correct. Caleb Benson now third, Dakota LeMay now fourth, Justin Miller fifth, Connor Baldwin sixth. So we got a couple guys that got in last second there with a great qualification effort. Derek Smith seventh, Nicholas Johnson eighth, Dan Miglin ninth. Tommy Cook brings the 210th. Bruno Miranda in that Yukos Hollinger Esports Dallara in 11th. Drew White and a mixed mash of clashed worlds in his livery tonight. P12. Matt Webb 13th. Michael D. Turk 14th. Joshua Tucker 15th. Nate Seifert 16th, but he has the EOL. Matthew Short 17th. Christian Jasper 18th. DL Lemon, one of my fellow IndyCar historians, starting 19th. Gavin Sanders way back in 20th. Caleb Morrissey 21st. Matt Houston, the boss man, also way back in 22nd. Shane Coogan, another race first car, back in 23rd. Logan Spath with the EOL in 24th. Again, might not be a bad strategy. Aaron Moss, 25th. Jonathan Liebertor, 26th. Jonathan will have the EOL as well. Dan Marrero, 27th. Ryan Freeman, 28th. Hunter Ingram, 29th. Will Weisberg, the third. World War III is going to start way back in 30th. Peter Donchak, 31st. Nicholas Isidro, 32nd. Hayden Herman, 33rd. Not qualifying. James Watson, Callie Bajent, Frank Irwin Jr., Christopher Kresge, and Kevin Messig. We're getting ready to go green.
And I am terrified.
I know. We're just all kind of sitting here, just kind of, well, what do we expect next? But we got the camera on the flagman. He is waiting those cars to come out of that corner number 4. Pace car pulls down. Field is under the command of Christopher Hill. And wow, here we go, folks. Green flag. and they're kind of already in the back, squirrely. Christopher Hill getting off to a big lead.
Oh, 1 and 2, fine.
We're just kind of, we don't know what to turn to or look at right now. But there's your leader, Christopher Hill, with Caleb Binsey hot on his 6th. JJ Wang fell back to 4th, picked up another position, recovered back to 3rd. Right, there's a battle right now behind him for Connor Baldwin and Dakota Bide side by side going into 1.
Hearing the suspension giving it all she's got.
Let's go ahead and let's get into the roll bar here of Dakota the Maid's car. You will hear her. There it is. By the end of this race, their under trays will be junk. Virtual junk. Not sure who Christopher Hill is getting ready to encounter, but he has lap traffic already.
Check time this one. Next car up the road. That is one Joshua Tucker.
Oh, he got squirrely off of 2.
Oh no!
But really not a pass yet. Oh, here comes Caleb. And they are just bunched up behind him. Justin Miller, Caleb for the lead.
Yeah, because the dirty air here, once it hits you like a brick wall.
JJ Wang taking a look to the inside. Here comes Justin Miller. Will he take it 4 wide? No, he's not going to take it 3 wide. Up to the high side. But Connor Baldwin, now we're 3 wide down to the tri-oval area.
Someone's got to give.
Oh, Connor Baldwin. Connor Baldwin with a large set, hangs it out on the high side, comes within inches of JJ Wang. He's just going to stay up there. He has found a home on the high side as he is now going to propel himself into P2 right above Christopher Hill there. And he clears him.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to do that later on in the run because these tires will fall off the face of the earth.
Again, trying to find out. Oh, they're kind of bunching up, coming off of corner number 2. Checking up, fellas. Good job. But now we're 2 by 2 by 2 going into turn number 3 and 4, and that's what we don't want to see. Possibly even 4 wide, 3 wide at one point.
But it's allowing Bensey to drive away. Oh, we got a yellow.
Not sure who is on yellow here.
Trying to find that.
Might have been, was it Tommy Cook? Yeah, Tommy Cook showing in the pits at the moment. We'll go back in the race first time machine, see what happened with him. He had a pretty decent qualifying spot there up in the top 20, I believe.
Yeah, looks like he lost it out of 2. Thankfully, a single car accident.
Yeah, he was well off the pace, kind of just on his doing his own thing, kind of struggling right now. Managed to get the car in right there off a corner exit, brings it on around, just a little too much weight checker. I'm willing to bet. So now, Mr. Race Analyst, do we pit, or is track position that important here?
Track position is important. Though, if you do care for your well-being, you might want to slap on a fresh set of tires.
Where do you think that the cutoff for that might be? It's like I'm seeing Dakota the Maid already pitting.
Like, with how unpredictable and brutal tire wear could be here, I'd say once you reach, to me, caution at 15, definitely pit for tires. Yeah, 15 onward pit for tires. If you're, 15 or less into a stint, maybe not. But
well, it looks like everybody from 21st. Yeah, it looks like everyone from 21st on back has opted to hit pit road for a new set of tires, and I think that's really going to be the name of the game, unless you could see sight of the lead, which Dakota really did as well. He pitted early. I'd say probably the highest that anyone has pitted is probably him. But if you can see the lead, you might just want to stay there. But if you can't see the leader, you might just want to pit and get those extra set of tires. Michael DeKirk, he's on pit road right now. He has opted to go ahead and pit.
Yeah, that's what's going to make this stint interesting and also even more terrifying, because you're going to have cars in the back on fresher tires able to push and try to pass the cars who don't have that grip and are going to start pushing up the track and into the wall.
Yeah, thankfully no tire limits here for the boys, so they can use as many as they want. We're watching the 66 of Matt Houston coming off of pit road, joining the tail end of the field, where seems like where much of the race first guys are right now. Maybe they've decided that they're just going to maybe make Caleb the hare, and the rest of these guys are going to be the hounds. Maybe we'll see as we're getting ready to go green. And there we go. We are green flag again as Caleb Bency assumes the lead once more here at lap 15. Bency, Baldwin, Hill, and Miller, your top four. J.J. Wang, top five. Nicholas Johnson, P6. Derek Smith, P7. Dan Miglin, P8. Here comes Connor Baldwin looking to the inside. Oh!
That door was closed.
Yeah, I don't think this is really one of those tracks that early in the race you don't want to send it. You don't want to send it. And I think Connor thought of it and then considered everything else around him, and it's like, nah. Looking again, down low. I don't think the low line is the fastest line though. Not in this race. And look, they're 2x2 behind.
Yeah, because you scrub off due to the setup.
Who's that? That's J.J. Wang? That is J.J. Wang. He has recovered, but he has hit the wall. And he just had that lazy spin off of corner number 4. No caution as of yet. That's normally a sign of too much weight jacker.
Yeah, you really need the weight jacker to help you go around these corners here. But also, you scrub off so much speed bottoming out that the Highline has that advantage when you get to carry a bit more momentum.
Oh, Christopher Hill looking to go 3 wide. He's like, but he doesn't have anywhere to go, really. Now, Connor Baldwin, he has pulled off the pass for the lead. Do not want to short him. Here is Dan Miglin. Dan Miglin is joining this battle. Right behind him is the conflicting paint jobs of the Jeff Gordon fandom and the Dale Earnhardt fandom. Now, Dan was doing pretty good with these guys at our oval opener and kind of burned his tires off there at Kentucky. He is back with these guys once more to see if he can keep pace, as really where the top 8 are pretty much all together. Car to the wall on the backstretch. Not sure who it was. Nicholas Isidro.
Yep.
No caution yet.
Isidro. I'm surprised it is only him.
Connor Baldwin still the leader. Give me an idea of what we're turning for lap times here. 18.6 for Baldwin last time by. Nicholas Johnson now has made his way up to P2. Yeah, this whole battle right back here for everyone. Ooh! No, 2 cars on the wall! The one on the inside. That is Christopher Hill. He is still moving. He is heavily damaged, and we are under caution. Oh, no. Let's see what happened. Again, another off of turn 2. What do we think the problem is off of turn 2?
Well, this time, it looked like he was a bit higher up the track. Yeah, he just pushed up into him.
Oh, he hit the apron. He got right down to that yellow line. I don't know if that helped or hurt. And then he comes right up into Justin Miller. Justin Miller manages to hold on to it. Don't know if there's any type of damage for him, but he's definitely probably going to head down pit road to get his team take a look at his car. Wow. So we are already 26 laps in. We now have 2 cautions now officially. A number of cars have already retired from this race. And, as we figured, Justin Miller will be coming in. Connor Baldwin is going to stay out. Nicholas Johnson is going to stay out. Derek Smith has moved his way up into the 3rd spot. He is staying out. Caleb Bensie staying out. Drew White is staying out. Will Weisbrod up 24 spots. He is currently staying out. DL Lemon, he is also staying out. He is up 12 spots. Justin Miller, he is the first of the the top 10ers, I guess, to hit pit road. He'll need to watch his exit, though, because pit road exit might not be open quite yet. Okay, it should be open. And he is going to rejoin at the tail end of the field here. So it looks like everybody from, again, Gavin Sanders Justin Miller on back, pitted once more. So Miller, Miglin, Jasper, Short, Seifert, your first 5 of that next set of groups. So now we have 3 strategies going on. And I can't tell you what is the correct strategy. We do know that and this is just some intel from the drivers. They're looking at 60 to 65 laps on a tank, and but they're saying that the right front tire is going to be long gone before that tank ever becomes dry. So you as put yourself in a position of calling your own shots there, Ryan. We know that if you pit early, you will definitely make up some ground on those that pit late. Do you possibly come in at 50 and maybe do a 50 50 50 50, and then at lap 150 you hit your final stop and the go to distance, or how would you want to do this?
I would say this is going to be a tire dependent race. You're not going to be thinking about fuel at this point, or any point probably going forward.
And on top of that, I want to correct myself, because I don't even think that we're going to see very many green flag pit stops unless we get down to the point that there's like only maybe 10 cars left on the track.
Yeah, I think it's going to be mainly about just thinking about tire wear. That anytime a caution comes out, you think, what's my grip level at? How far can I go if I choose to stay out? And just kind of shaping your strategy around tire wear instead of instead of fuel mileage. Because if I was just running this in my head, probably doing 45, 50 lap stints if I can on these sets of tires and hoping that they make it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring up the handy dandy calculator here. So it's 186 laps, as you see, and if you do divide by, let's say, do it a 4-stopper, it's every 46 laps. So actually a 3-stopper.
Yeah.
So that might be the trick, but right now we have a group of guys who have not pitted on their 29th lap. We have a group of 3 who have pitted back or on 16 laps on their current pit on their stint, and then everyone else is on fresh tires, and we are green back at the Rock. Battle brewing for second. I think Derek Smith is probably going to take a look underneath him, going now, ooh, hit a bad bump. That possibly made him think twice about that. Holding on.
Oh, both of them going high.
Again, you can hear them even from the stands and the cameras from the stands. You can hear them scrubbing. DL Lemon working his way up into the top 5 there. Here comes Will Ricebrod. Bruno Miranda surviving. He's made it up to 8th. Ryan Freeman 9th. Gavin Sanders worked his way up to 10th. Here comes Justin Miller. Car's getting so close to the exit of turn 2.
Yeah, it feels like the track narrows at corner.
Hunter Ingrave with some damage. Hunter in the Lamborghini Dallara. He has had some damage. He is working his way around to pit road. No caution on the racetrack, but his day looks to be done.
It is so easy to underestimate how much room you have on corner exit.
And here's my man right here, Matt Houston, currently 28th. Just turned a lap of 18.6. Just hanging out on the lead lap, avoiding all the troubles. This might be the strategy to go with. Meanwhile, back up front, the top 3 have broken away just a little bit. Baldwin, Johnson, Smith. Johnson washes up the banking a little bit. Throws a tad of a block on Smith there. I'm glad I wasn't the only one who saw that. And take a look underneath. Baldwin going into 3, 4 coming out. We have a new leader.
Oh, yellow.
Nicholas Johnson up 7 spots to the lead here on Latin. We are caution.
Yeah, we got a yellow.
Oh my goodness, Nate Siefker.
Yep.
And he had a hell of a tumble. Two cars wreck in front of him, and he just gets launched. And then barrel rolls. Oh, my goodness. All right, that's one we're going to have to ride along with. I'm sorry. We have not seen a wreck that spectacular in the RIL for a while. We'll check this one out. That one's going to end up on the highlight reel, I'm willing to bet. Let's get on to the roll bar here and check it out. Keep in mind that if this was a real camera, the roll bar would be crushed the second this thing landed on its lid. He had nowhere to go. He had nowhere to go.
It's one of those deals where, you know, in the moment, you'd think, I got to get around this accident.
Yeah.
Even though,
Yep.
Oh, even though in IndyCar, it's kind of, you know, anytime an incident happens, the car is always going to slide down to the inside, and you just, wrong place, wrong time.
Well, interesting as it might be, fellow IndyCar historian DL Lemon in the 14 has moved to the lead. He has opted not to pit. He's probably about 20 laps away from making his first pit stop. Right behind him, Justin Miller, then Gavin Sanders, Matthew Short, Dan Miglin, Aaron Moss. Again, this is one of the guys that we talked about who comes from deep in the field. He's up 19 spots. Jonathan Libertor, who had an EOL, but is officially up 19 spots. Nicholas Johnson is the first of those that I believe pitted this time by. So everyone from 8th place on back has made another pit stop. This would get them roughly to about lap 90, so just about halfway.
Yeah, to get them to halfway, and you know, get them to halfway, but this is my heart stopped when I saw yellow come out, because I swore it was going to be one of the 3 leaders causing an accident.
And yeah, we have 3 cars right now on pit road. Christian Jasper, Nate Seifert, Ryan Freeman, all with extended stops. Christopher Hill currently showing with the timer still running. He's looking to get, he might be in a position where this is really smart for him, that get some repairs and then start making laps as much as he can later in the race to make up these positions of these cars that DNF'd in front of him. So this is a point-saving maneuver right here to try to get back out there and get back underway to earn as many of these valuable points as possible. But right now, last car on the lead lap at the moment is Michael DeTurk. There he is in a plain white wrapper, currently 25th. He was among the fastest in practice. Right behind, right in front of him, Matt Houston. Then there's Matt Webb, Logan Spath, Hayden Herman, Dakota DeMay. These are all race first guys here. They're all just kind of bunching up in the rear, trying to stay out of everyone's way. Joshua Tucker right there, and the best of both worlds livery. Dan Marrera in the 4D racewear. Shane Coogan, another race first entry. Peter Donchek, currently in 16th. Caleb Morrissey in the 666. And 15th, Bruno Miranda. After the pit stops, currently 14th. Will Weisbrod worked his way up 17 spots in the 13th. Derek Smith currently was fighting for the lead a little while ago. And 12th, Drew White in P11. And get it back up the front because I think we're getting ready to go green.
Yes, we are.
Lights are out on the race course. Lights are out on the pace car, excuse me. Let's get you just joining us. You're watching Race First coverage of round 3 of the RIL Schaeffer's IndyCar Series, coming to you from The Rock, where DL Lemon currently leads after 42, coming to 43 laps. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next RIL race. And we are green going to 1. I think the battle I want to watch right now is back that first car that has those fresh tires. Here comes Nicholas Johnson outside. Jonathan Liebertor is going to try to full send it to him on turn 3, and he sure as hell does. He got Nicholas Johnson up high. Johnson gave him all the room in the world. They're side by side going to the ones. Top line is still the faster line. Connor Baldwin wants a way around desperately, and looks like he's going to find it in the draft of Nicholas Johnston.
This is allowing the leaders to just buy some time, get some more distance.
DL Lemon with a great recovery after a DNQ at the first race of the season. Getting a good showing here, getting some laps led in that 14 Bitcoin car. About the only leading of anything Bitcoin we've seen lately. Har, 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 yeah. Justin Miller right behind him, stalking. Again, if I'm Justin Miller, I don't push the issue.
You know, just sit, wait, try to stay in the clean air in the corners, just try to last as long as you can.
Let's get a real quick word from our sponsors. We'll do a side-by-side as we watch this battle develop. Quick word from Schaeffer.
We are crashing.
Oh, we are questioning. Okay, Derek Smith, one of the early challengers. Looks like he is sideways on the backstretch. And, well, we need to take a look and see what happened there. Everyone did a great job at avoiding him. And I believe it might have only been a single car.
Yeah, because Aaron Moss pushed up into the wall.
Oh, man.
And just made the instinctive move to avoid Moss, and got tagged.
Yeah, but unfortunately, well, Day's not quite done. He might make he's going to rejoin the field, looks like here, as we rejoin the race. Live coverage. He's just going to have to get the rear wing replaced, and that might take a little bit of time, but it's not going to really impede him. DL Lemon, he's going to, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pit here. So is Justin Miller. He's going to go ahead and pit. Gavin Sanders is going to try his hand staying out. He is now 37 laps into his current stint, the longest car on the track at the moment.
I would not want to be out there this long.
Well, if there's anyone that I think that could probably handle it is a caliber of Gavin, who is a professional driver in his own right. So if he could keep anybody in his rearview mirror, I think it's going to be Gavin here. But he's got Dan Miglin behind him with 23-old lap tires, as well as Matthew Short, Nicholas Johnson, Connor Baldwin, and Caleb Benty is still back there in that top 6. But while we're here under caution, let's go ahead and get that word in here from Schaeffer's.
There's 2 types of drivers out there. Drivers who know how to protect their investment and drivers who don't. Car owners who know how to get more miles per gallon and owners who don't. We're talking people who know their Schaeffer and people who don't. Which one are you? From cars to trucks to diesel workhorses, whatever you drive, there's a Schaeffer synthetic oil for you. Do you know your Schaeffer? Ask for it at an automotive retailer near you.
We're back. Justin Miller must have sped coming off of pit road, had to cycle all the way to the end there, so he is slotting back into 24th. Again, not a bad position really to be in. Derek Smith looks like he is punched out. I guess there was too much damage there on his car, so we now have 24 of the 33 cars still on the racetrack. And we're getting ready to go green here. Not this lap, probably next time around.
Yeah, and the pace tonight, despite the cautions, have been high. We've done over 50 laps in less than half an hour.
Checking out chat, we do have the Tommy Cook taking the under. Okay. Hank McCarthy, go Freeman. Fortress Felicity Ryan is back in 28th. His day done. It looks like it is done, but as a fan there, nevertheless. Of course, we have the Brazilians here rooting for Bruno. Let's give you a look at Bruno Miranda in the 11th spot there. Of course, we talked with Bruno last time, and he's like, man, I've never raced an IndyCar there. So he is doing pretty well. Also in chat, Rachel Williams for Matthew Short, who is currently shown in 3rd. Matthew Short's a great racer. I enjoy racing with him. He is learning on the oval still. Unfortunately, missed out. Did a DNQ in the opener at Kentucky, despite being very quick in practice. But he is in the mix of it here. And I think he could be one to watch at Dark Horse. He is definitely learning more and more on the ovals, especially he's been running that Lionheart Speedway series with me and you. So let's see what goes on. Getting ready to go green. Gavin Sanders is going to bring the field down, and he are underway. Gavin Sanders getting a great jump over Dan Miglin to restart here, going to lap 52.
Yeah, and to kind of speak, you know, at places like this, sometimes being inexperienced is an advantage, because you tend to be more cautious out in track than the other people.
Connor Baldwin getting around Matthew Short. Short letting him go. Oh, Caleb diving low to get around. Here's Will Weisbrod. DL Lemon working his way up through the traffic here, up to 18th. Michael DeTurk, Michael DeTurk in the plain white wrapper here in the 47. Looks like he has damage. He is making his way to pit road. No yellow, but his day is done. Now that moves again the field up again. Matt Houston, he's worked his way up to 23rd. Bruno Miranda making his way around Aaron Moss. Check out these last lap speeds. Gavin Sanders a 191.1. Dan Miglin a 192.4, but he's in a battle right now with Nicholas Johnson. Nicholas Johnson a 193.5. That might even be the fastest lap of the race at the moment.
Yeah, Gavin's pulling a considerable margin now. Usually you see the gap sort of spread out early at the start, and then everyone bunches back together, but they just have lost Gavin Sanders.
Gavin's purple at a 17.9, so the next best lap is that Nicholas Johnson lap you just saw as we brought that stat up on the screen. Here's a track map, give you an idea of what the field is kind of looking like at the moment. As the leaders cross the start-finish line, the tail end of the field is just in the middle of the backstretch. So really nobody in serious danger from going a lap down other than the cars already that are damaged on pit road. You're enjoying tonight this kind of a treat of Indy cars at Rockingham, a virtual what-if scenario. Of course, Indy cars have raced at Rockingham before. Of course, they're going to say, that's Rockingham, UK. Yes, they have raced there before, but this is the North Carolina Motor Speedway. Indy cars have never raced here before in real life, so a bit of a fictional situation. Give a thumbs up if you like this type of action. Showed a car on the apron at the moment. Johnston running down Gavin Sanders. Gavin Sanders is probably 20 laps or so away because of all the caution we've had, maybe.
Though I think at the point where you start struggling for grip.
A bunch of different strategies going on. 51 laps, current stint for Gavin Sanders, 24 for Nicholas Johnson, 37 for Miglin, Connor Baldwin, 24. They were all part of that last group, second to last group. Drew White, Matthew Short side by side going through turns 3 and 4, or 1 and 2. Here comes Will Weisbrod looking to the low side. Right behind him is the blazing Brazilian here, Bruno Miranda. Johnston getting the lead away from Gavin Sanders. Not so fast, my friend. Here we go. Back single file again, going in through turns 3 and 4. Down on the yellow line where it is the most bumpy. Again, Johnson not pushing the issue too terribly, knowing that Sanders is going to have to pit. It's probably going to be a green flag pit stop. At this point, now Gavin's probably going, great, the one-time auto lead, and we're going to get a green flag pit stop. Side by side, going in the 1, up the banking. Yeah, Johnson backing off a little bit, giving Gavin a little bit more room.
Yeah, because, too, we've seen all night, particular trouble spot, like, it seemed like Johnson knew that his car was going to push up the track, so he just back off, let Gavin through, play it safe. We still got a long way to go.
Shadow Fox and chat here. That was frustrating. I can kind of see that. Gavin comes up. Let's get where we got right now for battles on the racetrack at the moment. Right now, the battle right here with the leaders is pretty good, but we want to go back to, no, we're going to stay here. Well, no, let's go back to the battle for 8th here. Bruno Miranda right here with Drew White, Dakota DeMaid, all separated by a 1/10 of a second. Dakota looking low going into 3 and 4, going to wash up a little, plenty of room there. No other cars above him. And this is Matthew Short, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Right behind Dakota is his teammate, Shane Coogan, who's kind of by himself. Will Weisbrod, Hayden Herman. They are side by side. Weisbrod getting the position. Justin Miller getting around Caleb Morrissey. Working his way in the corner number 1. Got Jonathan Libertor just off his right rear, excuse me.
Yeah, the leader's coming out to Moss and it's a laughing.
So it's going to get the lap on Moss. Moss going to wisely let him go. Now, again, Moss I would say let him go because he's going to get his lap back, but he let Johnson by 2. So Johnson probably is going to hold Moss down a lap. We do have a lucky dog here in this particular league, so we will pay attention to who's ever the first car lead lap down. That is Aaron Moss. Next car that they will encounter is Dan Marrera. 75 of 186, and we've started to settle into a bit of a rhythm.
Yeah, if everyone's sort of thinned out a bit, you got the whole width of track if you want.
There you see the next car up ahead of Gavin as we run along board. As we see up ahead, so he's got a little ways before he encounters that car. Caleb Binsey in a big battle right now for P4. As they come around the lap car of Moss. Battle for 18th, 17th, 8th. Logan Spath getting a pass on Donchek. Jonathan Tucker losing a position. And he's slow for some reason. Jonathan Tucker, slow, very slow, coming to pit road. Okay. Might have had contact with the wall. We'll see. Tucker pitted only 28 laps ago, so this might be contact. Matthew Short getting a pass on Dakota DeMay. Dakota DeMay letting 2 cars by that time. He is now kind of slowing down. Again, tires. Gavin Sanders still the leader. 67 laps on this current stint. How much further can he go?
Sanders and Johnston pulls a 3-second gap on the rest of the field.
That's probably a wise thing in this case, although we you know, that gap goes away in a second when a caution hits.
Yeah.
But for Justin Miller working his way up to 13th. Just maintaining his pace. The rate he's going, that's all you really need to do is maintain your pace, stay out of everyone's way, avoid the big ones. As he has 4 cars pretty much going 3 wide in front of him. 3 cars going 3 wide in front of him, excuse me, as he was the 4th car entering the picture, but he gets around 1. Not sure who that one is. But the car in front of him, Peter Donchek, is for position. DL Lemon working his way up to 11th around Hayden Herman. Gavin Sanders, still your leader. 85 of 186, coming to 100 to go. Still a long way. And there he is. He's coming to the apron. Very slowly, he's going to work his way in the pit road. Green flag pit stops. Who would have thought?
Not me.
Nah, me neither. So let's watch Gavin here. He is surely going to...
No.
Oh, no. Did we get a caution?
Yes, we have.
Oh, Shank. Let's see what happened to Gavin. Can Gavin go around?
He's stopping. He is stopping.
Is he going to get a penalty?
Oh, I mean...
Well, let's rewind here and let's watch his situation, and then we'll watch what happened. I believe Shane Coogan was part of that. Did he come in? Can we see any red lights or anything? I can't see any red lights. This track's that old. I don't know if he's on red. Made it to pit road or not.
Say, look at his steering wheel. Oh, it looked like his nose was across the line before the lights came on.
Okay, let's check the steering wheel here. Oh, wow. How close is that? Wow. And now everyone else is pitting, so this might work out for him, actually. Let's go back to what happened on the race course there with Shane Coogan and see everyone involved. Is Justin Miller involved in this one too? Yeah, he might be.
Yeah, it was a multi-car accident. Oh.
Trying to go a little bit back in time here. Oh. Did you see he had nowhere to go? And then he goes in the Matthew Short, and then he collects. Oh man, he collected. Justin Miller was collected in that, and he was just kind of cruising. Wow. So Hayden Herman was involved in that. So currently, I believe Drew White might have been involved in that as well. He's currently on pit road. So wow. And guess who's back to the lead? Gavin Sanders.
Yeah, so Drew White, he initially pushed up into the wall along with Matthew Short.
Shane Coogan still getting worked on pit road, hoping that maybe he can come out and get some laps in. Nate Siefert's also still getting worked on pit road. Christopher Hill still getting worked on pit road, seeing if he could get his chance to come back out. Matt Webb, who just came off of pit road. He is in that Hot Wheels shotted car there, painted car. He is in 23rd, 21 laps down, but he can, in about 11 laps, get a lap over Joshua Tucker, who is involved in the wreck, and he is out. And then eventually can pick up a position on Coogan, Matt Short, and Justin Miller. Hayden Herman, who was also in that incident, he is on 18th, currently 3 laps down, also getting long service handled on his car. Drew White, again, still getting lengthy service on his car.
So I'd like to just point out, before this race started, I said our over-under on finishers, probably 11. We're not even halfway, and there are only 14 cars on the lead lap at the moment.
Yeah, Shadow Fox says he might have got lucky on that one. Yep. Miranda is the Brazilian Storm. Okay. All right, well, let's take a look at how we stack up and make sure that we are showing live television at the moment. We are getting ready to go green. Gavin Sanders, your leader. Nicholas Johnson, P2. Connor Baldwin, P3. Caleb Bency, P4. Dan Miglin, P5. Bruno Miranda, the Storm, P6. Dakota May, P7. Will Ricewood, P8. Caleb Morrissey, P9. And DL Lemon has worked his way up to P10. That is your top 10. There are currently, well, you said, what, 14 cars still running? So we're still within range at 11. And here we go. Green flag. That green flag. Gavin Sanders takes a great margin of lead over Nicholas Johnson and is well on his way into the lead here in turns 1 and 2. Matt Houston up to 11th. Again, the strategy seems to be holding for those guys with race first back in the rear.
Just let the fields wither away.
Yeah, no kidding.
Pick your field forward.
Once again, if you're just joining us, you are watching Race First coverage of Round 3 of the RIL Schaeffer's IndyCar Series, coming to you from The Rock, where currently we're watching a heck of a battle between Gavin Sanders and Nicholas Johnson side by side coming through the tri-oval area. But we are about 94 laps into a schedule to 186, so thanks for joining us. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next RIL race, which is next week from Belle Isle. The Revolution IndyCar League's IndyCar Series sponsorship brought to you by Schaeffer Oil. We want to thank them again for their support. Racing is in their blood. It's what they love at Schaeffer. Their racing products help racing teams spend less on resources on replacing parts and changing fluids and more time out on the track. Designed for extreme performance, Schaeffer's racing lubricants reduce friction, wear, and heat. Season after season, Schaeffer's racing products keep their cars always ready for the next race. Check out SchaefferOil.com, where you can search for the nearest retailer in your area, or click on the link in the broadcast description below.
Let me go back just a quick moment, because I just saw the field just blow past a car circulating on the apron. I did see some debris.
Yeah, Aaron Moss on the apron coming through 3 and 4. And that is watching the wobbles on that one. That is day done for, unfortunately, Moss, who had a great showing at Kentucky, had a great showing at Barber, but it's just not going to get that same showing here at the Rock, at least not this week. Gavin Sanders looking low on Nicholas Johnston. These two raced each other extremely hard in a very entertaining race we had last season at Long Beach.
And we just fly past another car.
Jonathan Libertor on the apron. The same thing. Missing the nose. Sliding his car into pit road. Gets it down to the minimum speed, hopefully there. Looks like he might just get a nose replacement and then be able to carry on. So that puts Peter Donchak there at 14.
Oh, no!
Oh, the leaders! The leaders! What happened? We were watching some action on pit road, and what happened? Gavin down low. Oh! Johnson got loose. And he made contact with Gavin. And now you're at, I think you might be at your 11 cars now.
Yeah, because it looked like, Baldwin goes straight into the back of him, and, it's 3 cars, it's gone.
Wow, and that just makes things different now. We got Baldwin now, your leader, as Caleb Bency is going to let him by. Dan Miglin, Bruno Miranda, the Storm, has worked his way up to P4. He stormed his way to P4. Dakota DeMaid up to P5. DL Lemon there, P6, just keeping his nose clean. Again, Caleb Morrissey, much the same way, P7. Will Weisbrod, a very good race for his part, P8. Matt Houston currently on pit road. I could see basically the guys at the tail end of the lead lap here pitting just about every single lap or every single caution just to get new tires. I think that's probably the way to go for these guys.
Yeah.
Matt Houston will come around out of the pits in 10th spot. Behind him, Logan Spath, who's an associate teammate, will be picking up P10, actually. Matt Houston coming out 9th, Spath in 10th. Wow. So we show on the racetrack a number of cars are still that were trying to get underway are now out. Nate Seifert still showing under repair at the moment. Shane Coogan still showing under repair at the moment. Jonathan Libertor showing under repair at the moment. Gavin Sanders under repair at the moment. Nicholas Johnston under repair at the moment. Peter Donchak, he is the last car running on the racetrack and in P12. So your prediction is, I don't know how much longer it's going to hold out because we still have 82 laps to go.
Yep, this is, admittedly, the first time we went to commercial, I mentioned that the race was a bit cleaner than I expected. Now it's no longer that.
Nate the Great says massive Phoenix vibes. Yeah, Phoenix last year, that was a interesting race. I think that was incidentally won by Gavin, who not going to be in contention for it this time. Yeah, we had, but it was not a record caution. The number of cautions, the record number of cautions was the inaugural season at Richmond. They had 14, I believe, here. I'm not sure what we're up to right now. Well, let's take a look at everybody currently Lights are out on the pace car. There is your leader, Connor Baldwin, who's been up there all day long. Very consistent. Caleb Bency looking for another good points day to make up for that miss last week. Dan Miglin, another good showing on the ovals. Bruno Miranda hanging on there. Dakota DeMaid, do not count him out at this point. DL Lemon, bit of a black sheep moment there. I think he might have a shot at this thing depending on what happens in front of him. Caleb Morrissey, Will Weisbrod, the boss man Matt Houston, and Logan Spath. That is your top 10, and we're getting ready, I believe, here to go green. Coming to lap 106. Dan Miglin taking an interesting line on the restart there, but we are back underway. Connor Baldwin wastes no time. Green flag, starting lap 106.
It's going to be a very... Oh, no! I was about to say it was going to be a long 80 laps. Someone lost it off at 2. But
are we cautioned?
Are we going to throw in the caution?
Are we cautioned?
No, we are still green.
Caleb, yeah, I'm going to say Caleb Morrissey, I'm still showing him getting his car set right. He was up in the top 10 there for a moment, but he has collected his car, and we are still green. Connor Baldwin coming out of corner number 4, going to be coming up onto the backside of Caleb Morrissey here relatively soon. The other Caleb, Bency, is in P2 and just continues to stalk. Matt Houston working to the top side there of Will Weisbrod. Matt can't get any closer to that rear attenuator of Weisbrod's car. Going to look to the high side, going in the 1 into this uniquely shaped oval. He full sends it in there, almost kisses the wall, but he's going to get a run on the high side, and I think he pulls it off. Moving Matt Houston up to P7, right behind his teammate of Dakota DeMaid in P6.
Oh, Bency's going for the lead.
Low side is not the fastest way to go, but it is a way to put the car above you into the wall.
That's one way to get the lead.
Here comes Bruno Miranda. He is looking, currently assessing the rear wing of Dan Miglin, trying to figure out where I'm going to attack. He's going to stay low here in the turns 3 and 4. Miglin, whoa! Bruno pushes up big time, manages to catch it, keep it off the wall. Lost a little time to Miglin. Here comes DL Lemon. DL has moved his way up into 5th. DL from the Texas club. Another Texan rocking the 14 in the IndyCar series. There's Bruno Miranda getting a look around Miglin, and if Miglin doesn't watch out, DL Lemon's going to follow him right on through. Lemon staying there down low. Side by side coming off the corner. DL Lemon gets the position. Here comes Dakota. Man, just that one lap, and Miglin lost 3 spots. Well, he's fighting back to Dakota.
This is their chance to try to put some time in on the leaders, because they just had to deal with a bit of lap traffic.
Yeah, that's Caleb Morrissey. They just put a lap down, so he is the first car a lap down. There are currently 12 cars on the track. And this might be where we see this run to the finish. Who knows? We don't know this yet, though. DeMaid getting a position around Miglin. Wonder if Miglin's tires are spent. Very easy thing to do here, because here comes Matt Houston. Matt has been camping out in that, as they call the Larson line.
Yeah, and based off comments some of the drivers made in the chat, just after the last caution. It seems like when the tires fall off here, they fall off a cliff. You have grip, and then all of a sudden it's gone.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same situation we had in the Speedway Series at Michigan, which might make an early pit stop a wise decision if they go green from here on out. But can they make it on one more stop? I think it's 2 more at this point.
Yeah. Like, and at this point, you're gambling. You're just like, you don't want to pit too early because you never know when the caution might come out.
Running along board, Caleb Bency as he hits every bump in turns 1 and 2. Looking to the low side underneath Connor Baldwin. I've raced with Connor before. Connor is a very good driver. Good to see him up at the front here in this series. Raced with him as a teammate in the ESRA for a couple races. Good guy to work with. Caleb backing off, going into 1. DL Lemon up to P3.
And 3rd and 4th, they're closing in on the leaders. Again, 1st and 2nd.
All these guys up to P7 have been on this current stint for 38 laps. Matt Houston has just been up this stint for 23. I think Matt might be able to do it in 1 more stop. These guys up ahead might have to do 2 more stops.
Without a doubt.
That's if we go green to distance. Now we got a bit of a 3-car battle. It's DL Lemon now looking to the high side. Oh! Easy D, easy D. Oh, he had to let off, but here comes Bruno Miranda. We have a bit of 4-car breakaway, but slowly working his way in. It is the lone car here of Dakota the Maid. Yeah, everybody.
We gotta. Another one bites the dust.
Caleb Morrissey damaged on pit road. And I think, yeah, his engine's off. He is done. So now Peter Donchak is the 11th car. Oh, Jonathan Libertor made his way back out. And he is promptly damaged again. And he might be looking to retire here at 29 laps down. Although if he goes 1 more lap, which he might cross the start-finish line here, he'll get a position on Caleb, or Gavin Sanders. So let's see. Yeah, he does. So he moves up to 14th. Caleb Bency, though, continuing the battle with Baldwin, Bency, and Lemon. Will Weisbrod looks like he is coming to pit road. This is a scheduled stop. It looks like. He's not missing any parts, and there's nothing wobbling. So this is still... this is going to be a bit of a stretch. No, I think this could get him. This will be his final stop. This will be his final stop. He's stopping early.
Yep.
He just needs to hope now that there's no caution. He's still on pit road. Did he come in speeding? Oh, he sped. So Will Weisbrod now no longer in this battle. Had a good decision to go pit early. Looks like he sped coming on the pit road. And now he's going to have to pay for it with a 40-second hold. So currently we are watching a battle for the lead here. Connor Baldwin, Caleb Binsey, DL Lemon. Caleb, after this, I think, has to go fly to Indianapolis to qualify for the Lionheart Indy 500 coming up this weekend. So he still has some more driving to go tonight, but DL Lemon looking to the inside, going to the 3 and 4. DL Lemon pushes up just a little bit. Caleb gives him room, each one giving each other room. Caleb swipes the nose!
I wouldn't go out there and recommend doing that.
I would not recommend. Caleb's my guy. He knows that, and I would not recommend doing that. But he is working, getting some momentum back here on leader Connor Baldwin. If you are just joining us, this is Race First coverage of the a very entertaining Let's Race the Rock here. It's the RIL Schaeffer's IndyCar Series coming to you from Rockingham Speedway, where we've completed 139 of 186 scheduled laps. If you're enjoying Race First coverage of tonight's race, make sure you support the channel by smashing like in the bottom there and share it with a friend. We got smoke coming off one of the corners. I think we're going to caution again, and I'm not sure.
Yes.
Peter Donchek. See what happened here. Just okay. So Logan Spath coming on the pit road, and he's just a little hot. The back end of the car kind of comes out on him, and then as he's resting there, he clipped Weisbrod, or Donchek, excuse me, and that now puts both of them in the. So both of those guys are going to be damaged. So Dan Marrero, remember when we were talking about Dan Marrero back in the 20s?
Yeah.
And I said just watch this guy. Just like his little helmet has the smiley with the tongue sticking out, going ha ha. He has worked his way up to 8th.
Yeah, he's worked his way up to 8th, and to the surprise of no one, all the leaders are coming into pit.
Yeah, watching them all right now on pit road. Yeah, make sure if you like what you're watching today, make sure you give us the thumbs up. We really would appreciate it. Make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you could catch the next race, RIL race, which is next week. We go to Belle Isle for the Detroit Grand Prix. Don't forget Race First coverage every Monday night of the 4D Raceware Monday Night Indy Fix Top Splits, or we will broadcast the top split of the Indy Fix Series, who have not raced at the Rock for a while, I don't think. Not sure what caution we're at. If someone could tell us in chat what caution we're at. 14, I believe, is the record. Currently showing now 8 cars on the lead lap. It's Connor Baldwin, Caleb Binsey, Bruno Miranda, DL Lemon, Dakota the Maid, Dan Miglin, Matt Houston, Dan Marrera. 2 laps down, Peter Donchek. Unfortunately, he's still getting worked on pit road. So Logan Spath, I think, is also in the same boat there. So I think Will Weisbrod actually will get the lucky dog because he was not involved in the incident. So I believe that's how that rule works. So what do you think so far of this thing?
It is somewhat, in some ways, exactly what I expected it to be. In other ways, I am pleasantly surprised that, you know, the cars are able to somewhat spread out and actually race each other.
Now some of these drivers have a little bit of experience here in open wheelers, and I say that there is a lower series called the Daredevil series, and they raced at the Rock see if I can find the results from that particular race. Even find it. Let's see here. They raced at the Rock back at April 27th. Dakota DeMaid was in the lineup as well. But a lot of guys that were in this race were in that lineup. The Turk was in the lineup. Watson, Hill, Miller, Isidro, White, Jasper, Tucker, Kresge, Short, Carswell, Seifker. So a lot of the guys that were in that race are struggling, or who did decently, are not even in this or in the remainder of this race, other than Dakota DeMaid, really, and he won that race. At the Rockingham Oval, and he is currently in P5 as Connor Baldwin brings us the green, starting lap 144. So we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of it.
Yep, only 8 cars left on the lead lap.
It's like an old kart race back from the old Michigan 500 days. If we get another caution, we also might want to bring the point situation up too and take a look. We don't have a live updated points, but what we can do is see who's moving and shaking right now. Will Weisbrod manages to get a position on the racetrack after getting repaired. Whoa, he's loose. He might just want to take her easy and see if anyone else manages to retire from this event, maybe work his way up higher to the top 10. But right now, he's guaranteed himself a top 10 finish. Peter Donchak is still in the pits under repair, and he has got himself a guaranteed top 10 finish. So 9 cars on the racetrack, 8 on the lead lap. Your leader is Connor Baldwin. Here comes Caleb. He's going to try the bottom side, test it out. And Bruno Miranda also under attack by DL Lemon. They were side by side coming off a 2. In the draft, Caleb again goes to the low side, going in the 1. Sends it in a little bit deeper, side by side coming out of the corner. Who is going to be Bruno Miranda gets wide coming off a 2, captures it, but he loses 2 positions. Coming to lap 150 here very shortly. And Caleb, the defending champion of the series, trying to find that draft and work his way around Connor Baldwin. Connor Baldwin gets loose coming off a 2.
And they are approaching Logan Spath and World War III. Both their cars are damaged.
Here comes Caleb. Caleb going to get his way through. Connor on the high side has momentum. And I tell you, DL Lemon wanted to follow through whoever he could. Car to the inside, down the backstretch, getting out of the way. Giving an idea of pace. 188.8 Baldwin last time by. Dakota DeMaid with the purple lap of a 17.937. So Dakota on it. And now the top 5 starting to bunch up again. Caleb had the lead just for a moment. Connor gets it back. Caleb going up high this time through turns 1 and 2 in the tire tracks of Connor. Connor holding it together very well. I mean, he is under attack by the 3-time and defending champion of the series. Any other drivers might be showing moments of sweating it out a little bit, but Connor doing a good job at holding Caleb off. Caleb letting Connor know by no means is he getting away.
Yeah, it seems like it looks more than difficult to make a pass around here.
Everybody on equal footing here when it comes to tires. 19 laps on this current run for everybody. I believe everyone's good to the end.
Yeah, everyone should be good to the end on fuel.
And again, if anyone in chat can see how many cautions that we are at right now, that'll be helpful. Oh, Connor, high exit off of 2.
Yeah, they're trying to communicate with World War III on what to do. The leader wants them to stay down low, but they're down some if he can hold it low.
That's probably, I mean, he's 5 laps off the pace. That's when you need to, that's what you do right there. Pull it to the apron, get off the racetrack, let everyone by. We're just watching everything as it develops here. I mean, we're pretty much single file back to Dan Miglin, who is a little bit now kind of off the pace and kind of falling into Matt Houston's hands. I think Dan Marrera is just kind of cruising. And why not? You know, why not?
Yeah. Why not?
He and that 4D Racewear Dallara there. 4D Racewear, sponsors of the Monday Night Indy Fixed Top Split coverage here on Race First. Check them out at 4dracewear.com.
Especially when we have so few cars left. The likelihood of there being a yellow is very low. You gotta make sure that you have the tires at the end.
Coming to 20 to go here very, very shortly. At some point, Caleb's going to make a decision where he wants to make this pass. And right now, Connor has done a great job of protecting the high side. And at some point, also, I would imagine Lemon is probably going to need to mount an attack as time is running out. A little more than 20 miles remaining here in this 300-mile event. Matt Houston now side by side with Dan Miglin. This is for position. Side by side in the 3. Houston clears him. And he's going to hold the position. Miglin might send it to the inside. I don't think Miglin has the tires for it now. And that's going to send Miglin back to the clutches of Dan Marrera. Connor Baldwin again, a little odd exit off of 2, but hold on. Riding along on Caleb Bincy's car. Had to roll out of it a little bit there on the exit at 2. Connor started to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, might be just
cooling the tires.
Cooling the tires, and especially when you're leading, you're not pushing as putting as much force into the tires if you're behind and following.
And if this is your first time watching an IndyCar race, and it's just like you're like, man, the Cup cars when they race here, they're not nearly this busy. Well, you know, they're shifting gears here in the IndyCar. They're down as low as 4th gear, as high as 6th. They're changing the roll bars, changing the weight jacker. Sometimes they're changing the engine mapping for better fuel mileage. Sometimes they're changing the brake bias so they don't spit out coming to pit road. I mean, there's a lot more going on than just turning left and throttle, fettling the throttle going into turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 like you do in a Cup car here in an IndyCar. But right now, Caleb is caught. Connor Baldwin as he gets into lap traffic, and Connor ducks to the inside in 3 and 4, gets around Will Weisberg, but here comes Caleb to the inside. I don't think Caleb's going to lift. I think he's going to stay. Side by side, coming off a 2.
Especially when you're focusing on, working everything, especially at a lap here where it's so fast.
18 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, an 18-second lap here is insanely fast.
There you go. Last time, 18.6 for Baldwin, 18.7 for Bensi. A 17.9 is the purple lap. Again, that was set by Dakota. 17.938 that you see right there, followed by Lemon, a 17.965. So a good lap on his part. $10 to go. Oh, Baldwin, a little odd exit off of 4. Connor Baldwin with the drive of his RIL career, holding off 3-time and defending champion Caleb Bensi here with now 8 laps to go. Bruno Miranda into the wall.
No.
Caution, and we're going to get a caution on the caution on the racetrack. And we got another car on the wall. DL Lemon, no! DL Lemon into the wall. At this point in time, Lemon hits the wall. He kind of collects it, and he ends up hitting the wall again. At this point, you hate seeing that to happen to any driver at this point in the race, considering how close it is to the finish. And yeah, he's going to try to nurse that thing around damaged right now. But we are going to see a bit of a last-second sprint here to the end now, as we wow, this is unfortunate. Those two, due to hard racing, I don't think is anyone really too much at fault there. Just hard racing. Much of the same problems we've seen coming off of corner 2 all day.
Now, interesting out on track. Baldwin and Miglin have both elected not to pit.
Yes.
Which, depending on how much racing we end up having left when we go green, that is a brave strategy. That is
a very brave strategy, and I think Connor knows that he has track position. And I think he's going to think it's going to be a short run, and that he can hold him off up high. I think with new tires, cars can make the pass on the low side. The one to watch now is Caleb Bensi and Dakota DeMade, Matt Houston, the race first trio right now, 4th, 5th, and 3rd, 4th, and 5th. You got to watch these guys as they now are going to storm to the front, along with Dan Morera, and the 4D Racewear team is a bit of an associate teammate of Racewear of Race First in another league. So I don't know if they're working necessarily with each other again in this particular series, but they're going to definitely give each other a little bit extra room. But we'll see, as we're going to come to green maybe with 3 laps to go. We'll see. Whew.
I was not going to expect to finish like that.
Get that last sip. Oh, someone's burning off some extra fuel. Might be Dan Morera.
Yeah. Let's see. Bruno's coming out of pit lane. so he'll still be on the same lap.
He'll be damaged a little bit, but he's going to have fresh tires as well. And we've seen what he can do coming from the back to the front, but he had a lot more time to do that at Barber. At not as much time as he did is going to have here, or less time here. So we will see. We will see.
Yeah, we'll be finishing the race with 7 cars left on the lead lap.
And now, don't laugh if people are like, hey, that's not a lot of cars to finish a race. Go back and watch the finish of the 1986 Michigan 500 for IndyCar, folks. 2 cars on the lead lap there. I think third place was like somewhat like 9 laps off the pace or something like that. And yeah, that was an ugly finish, but an interesting one nevertheless. But just a keynote in history to a small number of cars finishing on the lead lap of an IndyCar race. Not the first time, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the skill set of these drivers. Here we go. Getting ready to go. We will take the green, coming to 3 laps to go. Pace car off the track. Connor Baldwin wastes no time.
No!
And Caleb into the wall under acceleration. And that might be all Connor Baldwin needs. I'm not sure if Dakota is going to be able to reach Dan Miglin because of Connor. I think Dakota probably had to check up.
Dakota has a black flag.
No. That should be removed. Well, it's the last 5. I don't know how they're going to handle that. Keep your guys.
Race control has said they're not removing the black flag.
Wow. So that's going to move Matt Houston up to 3rd. Here is Connor Baldwin with a race of a lifetime coming out of corner number 4. He is going to be your winner at The Rock.
What a finish.
Wow. Wow. What a finish. A unfortunate restart. Dakota the Maid gets reslotted to 7th spot. And I think race control should have reviewed that. I think that's an issue of safety. Just my opinion. Just my opinion.
Yeah, there's no way you could expect someone to just check up with a car going into the wall.
I think Dan Miglin wanted to do some burnouts, but Connor's like, yeah, get out of here, kid. I got the win here. Wow. Woo. Well, folks, that deserves, if you have not done so already, the thumbs up, man. Give us, if you haven't done so already, the best thing you can do for this channel, the best way to support us, our broadcast in this race, is definitely give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing while you're at it, as a heck of a race here. And Connor Baldwin, he did not really back into this one at all. He was up at the front all day long. As he pulls it into Rockwell victory lane. Let's get the race results up on the screen here momentarily. Then we will check who is in the interview room. Connor Baldwin is your winner. Dan Miglin, P2. Matt Houston with the, I would say, a partial Gazzo strat, up 19 spots, finishes 3rd due to penalty, though. Dan Marrera, another great finish for him, up to 4th, up 23 spots. Bruno Miranda survives the 5th. Caleb Bensi on the restart, unfortunately, gets into the wall. It's not going to be his day, but still a good points day nevertheless. Finishes 6th. Dakota the Maid gets the penalty for 7th, which I don't necessarily agree with. DL Lemon, a great race. First race of the season, making the starting lineup after DNQing at Kentucky. I don't think he was available for Barber, but he was up with the leaders all day today. He led some laps, finishes 8th. Will Weiswood survives the 9th. Logan Spath survives the 10th. The remainder of your top 15. Donchek Morrissey, Nicholas Johnson, Gavin Sanders, and an interesting incident there while both leading. Jonathan Libertor in 15th. Moss, White, Coogan, Short, Herman, and Miller are the top 21 there. Tucker, Webb, DeTurk, Smith, Jasper, Freeman, Seifert, Ingrave, and Hill round out the top 30. And the remainder of the field, Isidro, J.J. Wang, and Tommy Cook. DNQing for today, Watson, Bajent, Kresge, Missig, and Frank Irwin Jr. Whew.
And just rewatching that again, just obviously you get the black flag. If for those of you who don't know in IndyCar, you're not allowed to pass on the inside before the start-finish line. And unfortunately, due to a car in the wall, Dakota DeMega had nowhere else to go but the inside.
All right, well, let's go ahead and bring Matt Houston up here momentarily as we get things set up here for his interview. Trying to find Matt's car here. Matt's fastest lap was right at the very end of the race. That's amazing. All right, let's bring him in on to the interview room. Hey, Matt, got you in the booth. First things first, you got the third, but you finished fourth. Was the penalty warranted?
What penalty is that?
Looks like that Dakota may have got a penalty for passing Caleb.
Okay. You're talking about
on the restart.
Officially, I third.
Yeah.
So Dakota passed Caleb because Caleb had that issue on the restart. I slowed down so that I didn't pass Caleb. So, I got third.
So you got third. Okay. So he likes the call, apparently. We watched you, kind of monitored you all race long. You just were kind of hanging out in the back, kind of doing a strategy I'm very familiar with, staying out of trouble, and worked your way up into the top 10 and then eventually in the top 5, and then in late there to go, maybe a shot for the win. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, obviously with Caleb, we were all going for the win there. We changed our tires, even Dan Marrera, I imagine, back there behind me. We got new tires. We had a lot of sticky stuff. Connor and Dan, they were going to have issues with their tires, but obviously Caleb had an issue with his on the restart, so tough break for him. But, he's going to get, what is he going to get, 6th, something like that, 7th?
Dakota got 7th.
Yep. But
Caleb
yeah,
got
my
6th. Strategy,
after watching that practice session, or driving in that practice session, you knew that this was going to be a bloodbath. We didn't get anywhere near the caution record that this league had back in season 1 with fast repairs on. But hey, I really enjoyed this race. If you had your head on your shoulders and you didn't let the tools get burn up your tires, burn up your stuff, and let your tools crank up the weight jacker too much, you could easily keep the car under you. So that's what I did. Me and a few guys at the back, I could just tell we were topping up on fuel every pit stop. Mm-hmm. And we knew you didn't need to do anything until maybe lap 100. So, and even then, we were good.
Ryan?
Well, this is less of a question and more of a statement. Before the broadcast, I had the over-under for finishers at 11. I openly said that. It's that's my line. I'm surprised we easily made the under tonight.
So, I'm over in the RIL Illuminati chat. I said you could probably sit in the pits for 50 laps and get a top 10. Not quite. I think you'd have got 11th.
Spath was 31 laps down. Donchek was 46, and Morrissey was 59 laps down for 12.
So just let the bloodbath commence, and you could almost get a top 10 out of it tonight. Yeah, I mean it was really good. Westshire made the setup. I thought it was excellent. It made it really racy. There were different lines, like in 1 and 2, you could pass on the outside line, and 3 and 4 you wanted to pass on the inside line. So it's kind of interesting compared to they ran Dover here a season or 2 ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was just kind of hug the bottom line. So it wasn't like that at all here. You can move around, you can make passes. Tires, the track was just a cheese grater to the tires, but if you kept them under you, you could make some passes. But thanks to you guys up here in the booth. I'm glad you're letting me do this racing stuff this season. So far, pretty awesome. I'd like to, thank my wife, of course, for letting me do this, and really good.
Yeah, you're looking at a good points day. You finished ahead of Caleb, Dakota, Bruno, and Nicholas Johnson. So you've made some headway on everyone in front of you in the
That's right.
in the standings, and then also you put some distance on Minnie behind you as well. So great job. It's good points day for you. So congratulations, and we will see you. I think Detroit's also one of your favorite racetracks as well. So are you kind of expecting a good run there as well?
Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm expecting anything, but it is certainly my favorite track to drive in iRacing, in particular in the IR18. I would say my results, I'm not going to be super, but, we'll do our best.
There you have it. Finishes on this. Is this your first? Well, I mean, you've been to the booth with me, so this is your first podium in the RIL. So congratulations, right. And we'll get you onto a win here later this season.
Yeah, we'll try to make that happen. Thanks, Barry. Thanks, Ryan.
No problem.
See ya. And let's bring up Dan Miglin. Hey, Dan, welcome to the booth. Excellent run. Played some track position there at the end. I think you had a little bit of help from a wheel spin there from Caleb. First things first, though, you and I both share the same VR headset. How much battery's left?
So I've got that Bobo VR M2 Pro head strap with the removable batteries.
Yeah.
So shout out to those guys. I think my headset's still at like 75.
Wow, that's pretty impressive after a long race like this. You were kind of up there with the leaders all day today. You did have a moment where you fell back after a while. I think probably your tires went away. But other than that, you were pretty consistent. Tell us about your race.
That's the word of the day, isn't it? I was just trying to keep the tires from wearing in too badly. I think in that 4th or 3rd stint, I lost count, I didn't do as good a job. I had one really bad corner that cost me 2 positions that I didn't gain back until the very end.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, really happy with how it went. No close calls. Play it nice and safe. Give everybody lots and lots of room, and made it to the end.
Ryan?
Yeah, so I'd say, the only question I have for you is, obviously we weren't really at the very front until the very end, but how was dealing with tire wear over the course of the race? I remember after one of the cautions, I heard a comment from one of the drivers in all the drivers' chat saying that, that at a certain point, the tires just fell off a cliff and there was no grip.
Well, I'm going to give a shout out here to the Team Watson Racing crew and JJ specifically for we all came up with, I think, a pretty solid plan for how to deal with that tire wear as far as the progressive changes to the ARBs and the weight jacker, and eventually, once you get 30, 40 laps into a stint, not even using 6th gear anymore. So I would say it was very progressive, very manageable.
Well, it's your first podium here in the RIL, so congratulations. A P2, an excellent strategy to get yourself to the front, and almost a win. Any shout-outs anybody like to say hi to before we let you go?
Hi, Emily. Hi, Lee. I love you guys. Thanks for watching.
There you have it. So we will see you next week at Belle Isle, but congratulations and celebrate this podium.
Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good night.
See ya.
You too.
We'll bring Connor up. Connor, my man, first RIL win. You and I have teamed with each other in another league before, and I was telling everybody that you kind of got this thing under control, that having the three-time and defending champion kind of come up behind you every single lap is not scaring you a single bit. How tough, though, was the win, because you were up there all day long, and you were experiencing the clean air while everyone else was experiencing the dirty air behind you.
It was pretty tough. Yeah, and having the three-time champion in my rear view every lap did not help. But I think I just found a rhythm there, especially on that last green flag stint before the caution. I just found a rhythm, and I was really able to keep to it and keep Caleb behind.
It seemed like you found a home on the high side very early. Right now, watching even the replay where you were just squeezed by JJ very early in the race up there. The high side seemed to be your friend all race long.
Yeah, I kind of felt like Graham Rahal at Texas earlier this year, where he was running the high line in real life. But yeah, I just set up my weight jacket where I'd be a little bit looser, and I could just get out of the dirty air and run that high side while everybody else was dealing with the dirty air on the inside. And I was just able to carry more speed and really made some passes there.
My last question before turning it over to Ryan. Last caution. I'm sure you didn't want to see it because you were just kind of cruising. Now you see everyone else dive into the pits for the to go get a set of freshies, and you're just kind of hanging out there. Dan kind of gives you a bit of a firewall, so to speak. But did you feel like a sitting duck at all, possibly coming into that last restart?
Yeah, I definitely did. I don't think I would have won this race if it wasn't for Daniel not pitting. But I think I was screwed either way. If I did pit, I think other people would have stayed out, and I would have been at the back trying to make up those positions. I think I ended up, making the right choice, and I got lucky with Daniel not pitting. But I trusted myself to be able to get a good jump off the start and then just try and hold that outside line against the guys on the fresher tires.
Ryan?
Making a quick statement where, I definitely, if you did choose the pit, a number of drivers besides you would have seen that and decided to stay out just for that track position. Though, I have to imagine running to the high line and running a bit loose, that could have been an issue, considering what happened to, other leaders earlier on in the race and how they ended up in an incident. How did you deal with being loose on corner exit?
Yeah, for sure. Well, in practice, we ran a practice start right near the end, and I led the start, and I looped it out of turn 2, because I'd learned on that start that there's a bump in the track there that'll get you loose if you're full throttle through it with a lot of oversteer in the car. So I made that mental note, carried that into the race, and every time I came up to that bump, I'd let off just a tiny bit and make sure I didn't oversteer too much and jump the car.
Oh, fantastic. See, everyone at home, that's why before the race starts, you do a bit of practice.
Before we let you go, before I give you a chance for shout-outs, next week is Belle Isle. Will we see you for that?
Most likely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good. That's what we want to hear. So a new winner, new challenger enters the RIL championship here. Before we let you go, do you need shout-outs? Anyone want to say hi to at home?
Yeah, I got to thank Destino Motorsports. They're the team that I run for. They help pay for a lot of tracks and entries and leagues. Couldn't do without the team. And
is this Jeff Destino's first win?
In RIL, yes.
Congratulations, Jeff Destino. He and I have been teammates before, so he's definitely earned a dub here and there. So congrats to him.
Yes. We've had some success in another IndyCar league, but it's nice to carry it over to RIL, because I think this is one of the most prestigious IndyCar leagues there is on iRacing.
That is certainly one of the more competitives, yeah.
Got to thank Aero Info, the sponsor of the car. They also help pay for tracks, pay the iRacing subscription, help pay for entry fees. Couldn't do without Aero Info. And just got to thank friends and family for watching.
Well, there you have it. Your winner tonight from The Rock, Connor Baldwin. Congratulations. We will see you, hopefully all goes well, next week.
Thank you. See you.
Let's go ahead and, okay, good. He's dragged himself down. Good. Well, really quick. Let's look at the schedule here. We'll bring that up on the screen for people to see what we got coming up. And then we'll talk about today's race and next week, and then we'll get on out of here. But next week we move on to Belle Isle for 40 laps there at the Grand. I guess they're no longer going to run there anymore. So the old course now at the call it at Detroit, Belle Isle for a 40 lapper, and then we will have a couple of weeks off actually after that, and we will do a California duel. We will compete at Fontana, but we will do we will race the what we call the Auto Club competition road course that runs through the infield there at Fontana for 30 laps, and then followed up with a quick 75 lap sprint there on the oval for the evening. So that will be a back-to-back race there on July 13th. But next up is June 29th. Your thoughts about tonight, and then of course we're moving on to the concrete canyons of Detroit here at Belle Isle Park next.
Oh man, like tonight and next week, you guys at the RIL don't let these guys off easy. It was an attrition fest today where you had to be smart to make it to the end and have a chance to win. And Belle Isle is most likely going to be similar next week.
Yeah, you said it. We've seen some other league races before where it just gets, you have to survive. Just like the Formula One title of their show on Netflix, you drive to survive. It's very much the same thing here. So we might see more of that next week. So I think that's it for both of us. Let's get on out of here, and then we can give everyone back the remainder of their Friday evenings, or Friday evening. I wish it was Friday evening. Wednesday evenings here. So that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium from The Rock is Connor Baldwin with his first RIL win. Dan Miglin and Matt Houston for P2 and P3, their first podiums in the RIL. Join Racehorse again next Wednesday as we'll be coming to you from Belle Isle for the Grand Prix of Detroit for Round 4 of the Revolution IndyCar League Schaeffer IndyCar Series. That is next Wednesday night, roughly around 7:45 Eastern Time, right here on YouTube at youtube.com/RaceFirst. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not easy, so please help support RaceFirst with the weekly grind. By letting us know about tonight's race. Leave a comment below, and if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video, just like this. And if you're new, click subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And so that's so you don't miss out on more Race vs. iRacing programming, including our 4D Raceware Monday Night Indy Fix Top Split coverage, and our coming soon Tuesday coverage of the Race First Formula Indy Series starting in July. And, of course, on NTT IndyCar Race Weekends, we have our Friday coverage of the IndyCar iRacing Series Top Split on Fridays. So hit the bell. We'll guarantee that you'll always be getting the correct day and time in your area. Keep your browser set here for the most in-depth IndyCar knowledge on all of iRacing. Race First, we know what Indy means. Revolution IndyCar League's IndyCar Series name rates paid for by Schaeffer Oil. Schaeffer racing is in their blood. It's what they love. At Schaeffer, their racing products help keep teams spending less resources on replacing parts and changing fluids, and more time out on the racetrack. Designed for extreme performance, Schaeffer Racing Lubricants reduce friction, wear, and heat. Season after season, racers depend on Schaeffer's racing products to keep their cars always ready for the next race. Check out SchaefferOil.com, where you can search for the nearest retailer today, or click on their link in the broadcast description as below. For business inquiries and to learn more about RaceFirst and what we do, visit racefirst.com or follow us on Twitter. You can follow all of us on Twitter right here. I have all that stuff, don't I? There it is. One of them. So for Ryan Eric King, everyone at RaceFirst, I am Gary Gatto saying all thanks for watching, and to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Thanks again. Catch us next week in Detroit for the next race of the Revolution IndyCar League's Schaeffer's IndyCar Series. Good night.